The front desk clerk barely looked up as I asked for my father. My breath was shallow, every second stretching longer than it should have. I was led down the hallway, the sound of footsteps echoing off the tiles. The fluorescent lights above buzzed in a dissonant hum, amplifying the unease in my chest. When I finally arrived at the intensive care unit, I stood frozen for a moment in the doorway. It was a scene I never imagined myself witnessing, the sterile white room, the quiet beep of machines that seemed to count time in a way I couldn't comprehend. And then there he was, lying in the bed. His face, once strong and filled with a quiet authority, was pale and almost unrecognizable. His hands, which had once been so full of energy, lay lifeless at his sides. The machines around him beeped in rhythm, calculating life in ways that seemed too clinical for such a personal, intimate moment. I wanted to run to him, to shake him awake, to demand that this nightmare be undone. But I didn't. I couldn't. It was as if the very air in the room was holding me back, suffocating me. I walked closer, my steps tentative, unsure whether I should touch him or just stay in the corner and watch. The uncertainty in the air was overwhelming. I stood there for what seemed like hours, just looking at him, wishing for some sign of the father I had known, the man who had been invincible. But all I could see was a man caught in a battle with his own body, with no guarantee that he would win. The silence in the room was suffocating. Time seemed to stop. The weight of everything that had happened and everything that was about to happen pressed down on me. And in that moment, I realized, this was a moment I could never undo. No matter what happened, I would never be the same after this. The shift from child to caregiver, from daughter to decision-maker, had begun. But none of that mattered as I stood there watching the fragile person who had been my father, who had once been the strongest force in my life, lying helpless before me,